How's it going?
It's going. Life is definitely lifing this week.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for the last month, but it's good now. And I love being here with you.
I love being here. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. So, should we introduce ourselves?
Absolutely.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Lynn.
And we're
Just two girls. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Should we be honest with them?
Yeah.
This is the second time we record this episode. Listen, we're just girls. We're just girls. We have technical difficulties.
Man, shit happens, okay?
Yeah.
We're just people. We're just girls.
Just want to tell the pod about how this is self-produced. Amanda and I really are here week after week figuring it out with full-time jobs and families and everything. But we love doing this. We love doing this.
Nobody said it was easy.
Why did I think you were going to break out into nobody, the running one?
Run.
Wait, do you like Mitski?
You put me onto her.
Oh my god, I love that bitch. I love
you
her.
put me onto my baby,
my baby. Me to Eisen all the time. When he's acting like a devil, I just pick him up like, my baby. And he's like, my son is a demon at times. He's the cutest one though.
Sweet baby angel.
He's a sweet baby.
That's what we get to the baby.
Oh my god.
But yeah, no, we have been racking our brains going back and forth with putting this together. And you know what? We're trying our best. So it is what it is. We're here. We're putting in the effort. We're making the work. So enjoy.
Enjoy! There's nothing else to say. What are we talking about, Amanda?
We are talking about red flags and green flags.
So red flags and green flags. Ah! So let's talk about some red flags in relationships. Ooh.
Red flags in relationships.
Ah! Do you want to start?
Yeah. A red flag for me, not that I've personally experienced, was probably like people that I'm dating getting upset that I'm not responding fast enough. It's not that I don't want to talk to you. I'm just busy doing something. If I don't want to talk to you, I probably would tell you I don't want to talk to you. But some people get kind of crazy about that.
I agree. Also, like, distance makes the heart grow fonder.
Exactly. Let me miss you. God.
Let me miss you. Give me some time to miss you.
I was doing the same thing I was doing 2 hours ago. God.
I'm still at work.
Literally. I'm
oh my God. No, I feel that. Plus, I love where it's like you don't talk all day, and at the end of the day, like you get a call, and then you're like, "Hey, I miss you. What are you up to?" And then you're like, "Oh, good."
But I also feel like it's a double-edged sword because you're annoyed that they contact you so much, and then when they don't contact you, you're like, what the fuck? Why aren't you calling me now?
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's a balance. It's got to be like, make it sound like you're busy, but also you miss me. You were thinking about me while you were busy. I don't know.
It's a balance.
Yeah, it's a balance. I saw like a TikTok. It wasn't a TikTok. It was like a tweet. I don't know. I saw a piece of social media information that was like, if a man is in his 30s and he's texting you all day, then he's not working enough. I don't know.
Ooh, too much attention?
Too much attention is like, how do you have so much time during the day to talk to me? You're not working enough. I don't know how I feel about that one. But
that
also,
goes into like love bombing.
Oh my God. That's a huge red flag. Love bombing.
Love bombing.
But I feel like there's a fine line too.
100%. There's always a limit.
He's either the love of your life or a narcissist. Like he's either truly in love with you and he's like, I met the person for me. And it's like they're kind of expressing that. And they want to see you all the time because that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased because when I met my current boyfriend, who's like my baby daddy, him and I hung out one day and we hung out every day after.
different. No.
That's different. Well, some people I feel like could consider that love bombing.
True. Maybe it would be considered love bombing if you didn't have like your history. You know what I mean?
I guess. But okay, you and your husband, you guys also went from like meeting to hanging out every day.
Yeah, we just became obsessed with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, I think people will consider that love bombing as well.
Yeah, I could see that.
But it's either your husband or a narcissist.
Yeah.
He's either going to be the love of your life or your biggest nightmare. And maybe
especially
they're both
in Miami.
Yeah.
Especially.
And maybe they're both at the same time. The love of your life and a nightmare. Oh my
especially
God.
In Miami.
I feel like in Miami, it's so very normalized. Maybe in other places too, but I've only lived in Miami. It's so normalized to be part of a toxic relationship and be like, mi toxico, you know? Like, that's my toxic boyfriend. What can I do? And it almost seems like more like love when they're obsessed with you and controlling. I personally don't love that. I don't think I could do like a controlling guy. But sometimes I feel my little toxic nature coming out where I'm like, but why aren't you jealous?
Yeah.
Why aren't you getting jealous?
Yeah. I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
I like control, but I don't like too much control because I also like to be in control. But if there's a guy, if he takes more control than me, then I'm like, oh. But if I feel like I can outdo him, then I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, what do you mean you're gonna drive? Shut the fuck up. I'm driving the car, you know? But I've never been in a relationship where that happened. Like, all the guys I've ever dated have, like, I'm very submissive. Like, there's only certain situations where I'm like, but that's after like years of getting comfortable. Like, me and Junior are too comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
Like,
tell us about that. Tell us about the green flags.
Okay. So he's the best.
My man.
Well, one of his green flags actually is that he communicates a lot. Like, he calls me a lot. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it, but that's my husband, so it is what it is, you know? It's very sweet, actually. He calls me at work sometimes, and then my coworkers are like, your husband called again, and I'm like, sorry. But it's really sweet. He just checks in like, hey, you didn't call me when you got to work. You know, he's actually like concerned. I'm also like, you have my location. Like, you know where I am.
I feel like he's thinking about you all this time.
Yeah.
He lives obsessed with Amanda though.
You, me?
Oh, he's so sweet. I feel like every time I see him, he's like, Amanda this and Amanda that. Amanda's right there. I love her just as much as you do.
Poor thing. I love him to death.
He's
but
so
yeah,
sweet.
That's a really big, like, and we're also like, honestly, dude, like, I've popped pimples on his ass and shit, you know, like, we're just very comfortable. Like, he's my best friend, but my lover in one. Like,
I love that.
Yeah, like, TMI, like, the other day we were like having sex and I was like, be careful, I have a hemorrhoid. Like, don't, like, if we're in doggy, don't look, obviously. Because you know when you're in doggy, guys stare at the asshole. I don't care what anybody says, you're staring at the asshole, it turns you on. Shut up. I don't care what anyone says. They stare at the asshole. They're not staring at your head and your body moving. They're staring at your asshole getting, you know?
Now Junior's like, I don't know where to look.
No, I literally told him, don't look at my asshole. I have a hemorrhoid. It's a tiny peanut, but don't look.
The way you describe it, tiny peanut.
Yeah, because I'm not going to go into it. I'm like, it's not that big, but it doesn't look like a dime either, you know?
A dime?
Like the size of a dime.
That's a big one, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, she's like a peanut. She's a little girl. She'll go in a couple of days with hot compress.
I guess this kind of leads into, speaking of work, we could talk about red flags in jobs.
Okay.
Yes, red flags in jobs.
Red flag.
I have one.
Okay.
When I worked at, maybe I shouldn't say where, the famous makeup store. When I worked there, my red flag was that my clock out time was not my clock out time. My clock out time was when they allowed me to go home.
What the fuck? What do you mean? Like, you would clock out at a certain time and they would move it up to another time?
No. I would have like once a week this shift where I would show up like at 6 a.m. They picked like a few people to do the shift because it was when our shipment came in. So we would have to organize everything, then start putting everything on the floor. But this was the worst fucking day ever. And it would happen every single week. Basically, you would clock in at 6 a.m. and technically you were supposed to leave at 2. We would leave like around 5 or 6.
Would you get that overtime?
You would get, yeah, if you had to work 40 hours that week, but they would try to schedule me so that it would complete my 40 hours. So it was just one really bad shift.
I fucking hate this country, dude. This is fucking stupid.
Or that store, that is horrible policies.
Yeah, the store, not this country.
God bless the USA.
Red, white, and blue, baby.
But yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
That's horrible. And the worst part was at one time, I remember that I literally wanted to cry. Like the tears were coming out of my face. We finished early this day at 12. So we're like, perfect. We're done. Let's just organize until 2, the warehouse, so that everything looks clean. So our manager comes in and she's like, okay, great job, guys. See you later. So we organized this whole wall where it was like the part where you would go to refill like Elf and NYX and stuff. We organized it all. She comes in and she's like, aisle 9 needs to be reorganized. You guys can go ahead and stay and do that.
I hope she has diarrhea for the rest of her life. What a cunt.
She has an ugly fake ass.
Ha ha! Ugly fake ass.
That she swore was real.
Ha ha! Not real.
Wait, but fucking literally, it was like 2 bowling balls and her legs were skinny as hell.
Oh, those are the worst.
And she was like, no, you should see what my grandma looks like.
Your grandma? Girl, bye as fuck.
Bye as fuck.
What a whore.
If you work there, you know who she is.
Fuck you.
Anyway.
Fuck you, you fucking fuck. Okay.
Fuck you, you fucking fuck.
I've been watching a lot of Shameless lately, so I feel
Shameless. Stop. That show's also low-key traumatizing.
That's what I'm saying. Junior's literally like, no, but Shameless is so good. I'm like, this show, it's so fucking sad. Like, what do you mean the kid got into Fiona's coke and almost got brain damage?
I was gonna say, have you gone to that part?
Girl, I already got to the part where Debbie was welding. Okay, we restarted because we forgot. Jimmy, piece of shit. Hate him, but also love him.
Yeah.
Fiona, she's like Carrie from Sex and the City. Love, hate her.
Love, hate. The thing with Fiona is like,
you can't blame her.
You can't blame her.
You can't blame her.
You can't blame Fiona when she was literally a child raising children.
Literally. Season 1, she was 21.
Okay, but even when you go deeper into Lauren, she talks more about it. She had like baby, what's her face? The redhead.
Debbie.
Baby Debbie. She was taking care of newborn baby Debbie. Yeah. She was taking care of infant. She must have been like 9 years old.
Yeah, and Lip must have been at least 7.
She was a baby.
I know, she was.
The part where the few episodes, whatever time, where she just kind of breaks and she kind of like is not present, and she's like, that part, I felt that so much. I was like, oh my God. Speaking of being traumatized by shows, yesterday I watched Straw. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life right now because, mind you, great movie. Great movie. I had no idea about the twist. I could have been warned. She's a mom. I'm not a single mom. I know that I'm not going through anything that she went through. But like that feeling of like, feeling like the world's against you when you're just trying to like do the best for your kid.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's a universal mom feeling. And seeing her go through so many struggles and then the twist, I cried, like the tears ejected out of me. The movie finished and I just sat there in silence like, I need to put The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on because I can't go to sleep with this emotion.
FYI, she's talking about Straw by Tyler Perry.
Yes.
It's on Netflix, so go check it out. It's with Taraji P. Henson or something. I'm sorry.
And Teyana Taylor, when she came on the scene, I was like, Teyana? What the fuck?
She's so fucking hot, honestly.
She's so Have you seen all the TikToks of people acting like her in the FBI?
No.
No, her as a police. It's like her walking with the heels. And she's like, tell them what you fucking did. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, I need to check out this movie.
It's so good. But also don't.
Okay.
Also don't. If you're not, at least not right before going to bed.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how scary movies are like too intense before bed. Watch this in the middle of the day where you have the rest of the day to fix yourself.
That was me with Dear Zachary.
I've never watched it.
It's a very fucking sad documentary. It's on Amazon Prime. If you know, you know. Dear Zachary. I ran outside to my mom sobbing.
What's it about?
It's a documentary of a best friend who made for his best friend's son. his best friend dies, and then his son dies. I ruined it, but I'm not going to tell you how. But I sobbed, like I ugly cried, and I was like,
Just okay. I don't think I could watch sad movies right now.
yeah, no. But when you're in the better headspace, definitely, if you want to find a crazy documentary about like death and shit.
I feel like I can't handle the pain anymore as a mom. Like being a mom made me so sensitive.
I know.
I used to feel like I would watch movies.
But I hope you know this is why I love movies, because it makes you feel things like this. Like that's cinema, baby.
Yeah. I know. I can't do it.
You're a great mom. You're a great mom.
It hurts too much. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, I agree. Like I feel like you need to be in a movie.
What kind of movie?
Never.
Never.
Oh my no.
Y'all crazy. Don't even get me hyped.
You think that if you and Junior ever hit like a really low point financially, that you guys would ever?
Definitely.
Yeah?
100%. I'm wearing ski
there.
masks, and you won't ever know. If you know the color of my bedroom wall, shut the fuck up.
your sheets.
Yeah. No,
little
literally.
10 sheets.
My little couch. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you could create some content on the couch. Oh
Couch production.
I wonder if there's any red flags in
La
that
Sala
kind of career.
Confessions.
La Sala Confessions! FYI, that was about to be the name of the show.
Literally, that was going to be the name of the podcast. La Sala Confessions. I might just sneak a dig.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, if there was ever a moment in my life where I was like, fuck. Like, I spoke to Junior. Not that I'm, like, super, like, in the red right now, but, you know, I could be making more money. I was like, you ever think I could sell, like, toe picks? And he was like, definitely. You have beautiful feet. And I was like, ugh. But then I didn't even know what kind of content. Like, when I'm going to hold my Stanley Cup with my fucking feet.
I think they ask for the content.
Yeah.
But where?
But that's also scary.
Okay, but is it wrong that I've looked into this before?
No, I looked into it too. I almost made an account and everything, but I pussied out. I was like,
you need to show your face to do it.
Yes.
That's the issue. You need to put a profile picture.
For real? I didn't know that.
You need to show your face.
Fuck.
It's almost like they see your face and they're like, I want to see her feet.
Oh, but that's kind of weird.
That's weird. That's what I'm saying. Well, if any of you girls have any information on this,
hey,
let us know. Let us know how that all works out.
Comment a foot emoji and then slide into the DMs. Not us having foot.
The toes. But don't send pictures of your feet. No pictures of the feet. We don't want those.
Or I'll send you a picture of my husband's bunion.
Yeah. There we go. You send a toe pic, we send bunions.
Pic for pic. You remember
Oh
on
my
MySpace,
God.
comment for comment?
Comment for comment? Wait, did you ever get an unsolicited dick pic?
As a preteen or like as an adult? I got
in your
both.
life.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. We need the red buzzer for
yeah. When I was in middle school, it was like a random chat that was on Kick.
Ew.
Yeah. And then it was from the same guy because he kept sending me the same dick picture. But I don't know if it was from my middle school or if it was just like one of those weird guys on Kick. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, middle school, like random guys would just flash their dick like, hey, Amanda, look at this. And I'm like, oh my God.
I hate it.
14-year-old cock.
Gross. They're sweating all day. Ew.
In your little cargo shorts. Shut the fuck up. In your little polo. God.
Your stained ass little polo.
And then when I got older, this is actually T. This was the guy I was not talking to. He slid in my DMs and I was like, okay, fine. I'll give you the attention you're looking for. I was bored. So, you know, we had decided to hang out and then he's like, oh, come over to my house, XYZ. I'm like, okay, cool. I got dressed, ghosted me. I was like, okay, fuck you.
Fuck you. Red flag.
Junior ended up signing my DMs that night. And I was like, I hung out with Junior that night anyway. Mm-hmm. But then the next day, the guy sent me not even a dick pic. It was a full video of like his lower waist. And he was just like playing with his schlong. And I'm like, and it wasn't even erect. It was still flaccid. And it was like, it wasn't even anything like, look at my fucking, you know, not even an 8 or a 9. It was like 7, 6.5. which is
so
fine.
funny.
You're average, cool, but no one wants a random video of you jerking your meat. Especially if we've never done anything physical. Like, I didn't even make out with you a little bit. Like, that's weird.
I didn't even make out with you a little bit.
Not even I didn't even pop kiss you. We were
Not
just
even
like,
a little
hey,
pet.
I think you're cute. Like, for 3.5 days, and then I get a video. Like, I mean, shit. But no.
Also,
fucked.
you know what? We should expose this to men because to stop them from the unsolicited dick pics, because they're not my favorite. If you are sending a dick pic in the middle of the day, I'm probably with a friend and I'm gonna laugh at it and show it to her. We're all seeing your dick now.
Yeah.
I've had that before where it's like, I'm in college and some random classmate sends me a Snapchat of their dick. That happened to me once at Miami-Dade when I was like 18, not even, because remember I graduated early. So I was 17. It was my first semester in Miami-Dade. This guy who was in my speech class sends me a dick pic. And I'm with my friend, well, ex-friend now. We should talk about red flags and friends. Not my friend now, but I'm like, I open the Snapchat, dick. Immediately start laughing. And I'm like, look at this. And now she's laughing too. So stop sending dick pics.
Also, that's a red flag. Sending a dick pic in the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day, like, why is your dick out? Go to work.
Random. Like, that wasn't even the conversation before was like, hey, how's your day going? Dick pic. Eso.
Mine was probably like,
que si vergüenza.
Mine was probably like, did you do the speech thing? And the dick pic.
No, but take a look at this.
Oh my god, I feel like, okay, I don't remember who exactly, but I remember one time it was also on Snapchat. Why is it always on Snapchat? It was a dick pic and I screenshot it and you know how it sends the thing.
You get you're Snapchatted a picture or like the
Yeah.
thingy. Yeah.
Obviously, it's not that I'm keeping it because like, oh my god, so hot. But he started freaking out. He started sending me so many messages. He's like, why are you screenshotting it? What are you doing? Oh my god.
What do you think I'm doing?
This is why I stopped getting dick pics, I guess.
Have you ever sent a nudie pic?
I've sent a nudie pic, but not unsolicited.
I feel you.
And they're special.
Have you ever sent like full nude pic?
Oh no.
I'm not ballsy enough.
No.
I'll send a picture of my cheeks. Or like I'll send a picture of me in my underwear, but like full pussy pic, that's wild.
That's
like,
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Also, I don't know. Do you think our vagina's pretty?
Prettier than dicks.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
They are like,
I feel like I think they're all beautiful in their own way.
Yeah.
But still, that's like, can you imagine you're a guy in the middle of the day, some chick you're talking to, and then straight clit?
Oh, that's just like not tasteful either.
But also, we're not guys. Guys might be like, yeah, fucking pussy. You know, like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know because it's so weird. Like, there's so many other ways to present.
Not even guys.
Body.
Like, just like even the gays. Like, how do you think they feel?
No, I feel like they're more tasteful.
Yeah.
I don't think that they look at just
I don't know.
straight.
I feel like they're a little more freaky dinky. They don't give a fuck.
Like, I feel like they are freakier, but in a more tasteful manner. Like, dick pics are so cold. Like, they're like it's half floor and it's probably bathroom tile. Like, I feel like the gays take good nudes. Like, at least the nudes I've taken, I've also feel like they're more like, I try to embody like goddess, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
I almost never have my face.
Never.
I don't even know how to pose. Like, I'm just gonna send a picture of my ass. How about that? And you
do like the bent over though?
No, I literally do this.
That's a good one though.
So it's just under cheek.
But also makes your waist look small, so it's like, yeah.
But I also make it look like too much ass. You can't see the waist. Sorry.
Oh,
but it's just super zoomed in, like two.
It's like half a cheek.
No, literally, like, oh my god.
It's a cheek and a half.
Too much junk.
That's how you gotta present it. I recently went on a trip and I was away from my boyfriend for like a few days. Mm-hmm. And I was taking some nudes in the bathroom because there was a hot tub in there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so there was material to pose with. I do the not nude, where it's like you're hiding. It's like a selfie, but you could tell that you're kind of like not wearing that many clothes, but you're not showing anything. It's just the what do you call that? Like the essence of a nude.
Yeah.
Until you lead into the actual.
Sensuality.
It's sensual.
Yeah.
And then you lead into the nudes. I don't know.
I either do that ass pic or I like my tits and I just cover my nipples.
That's what I do.
And I just squeeze my boobs super close together so they look like an ass. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I haven't said Junior a nude in a while.
It's been 7 years.
You know what? You might have one by the ending of this episode.
Oh.
No, because like in the future.
You're right.
I'm not gonna run off. Can you imagine? I'll be right back.
Red flags in. Now we're back. Red flags in friendships.
Red flags in friendships.
So many.
You go first.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yes.
You go first.
Yes, I'll go first. Friends who don't want to see you do better. Friends who are only there for you in your low moments, but don't like seeing you happy. And it's not always as direct as, like being upset with you when you're doing something good. Sometimes it's disinterest, like not being interested in celebrating your wins. Sometimes it's like blocking you in a certain way or making you feel insecure during high moments of your life. But when you're down low, they're there for you. Why? Because they like seeing you down low. And they want to paint themselves as this good friend. I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I have experience with a narcissist ex-friend. So that's my red flag.
Made me think of a green flag. Which is like the opposite.
Yeah.
Red flag for me in a friendship. Maybe not being confrontational. Maybe it's my red flag. I'm a big yes man. Like I don't want to be an inconvenience. I feel like, you know what, it doesn't matter. It's my problem. I'll just deal with it instead of just being like, hey, you know, that's really bothering me. It's very easy to just say, but for some people it's so hard. For me it was really hard. So there were certain things that I didn't like in a lot of my friendships that I was just like, okay, you know what I mean? Then I just brushed it off until like we separated.
I think that, like, I can understand where you're coming from, like why you would be that way. Like I can see it, but I can also see why that is a red flag.
Yeah.
Because as a friend, I could understand where it's like, I wish you would have told me that this upset you because I don't understand why you feel this way.
Right.
You know?
I just was scared, I guess, of being misunderstood of my feelings. Like, hey, I don't like this because it makes me feel like, for an example, let's say like, I can't even think of an example. Like, I don't like that color blue because it makes me think of my ex, you know? Like, I can't even think of a good example.
But like, by being scared of being misunderstood, is it like, I'm scared that you won't understand me and you'll judge me? Because not understanding you has like low consequences, right? It could just be like, I don't really understand. We move past it. Or is it like, I don't understand. I think that you're this kind of person.
No, I think the first one.
Like just not understanding?
Yeah, not like, okay. And then it's just like, okay. So then I already feel like if you don't understand and you don't care to understand, then you know what I mean?
So at the end of the day, is it really just fear of being disappointed by your friends? Like fear of realizing that they don't care about you?
Yeah.
But your friends do care about you.
I know.
Oh my god, is this like therapy?
So I need to go on ZocDoc and
So
find a specialist.
So to-do list for today: take a nude for Junior and find a therapist on ZocDoc. ZocDoc, sponsor us!
Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay. Goes for the same thing for red flags in relationships. Friends that demand too much communication. I had a friend. She was a great friend. We just, you know, separated. That's life. Like shit happens. It wasn't a bad breakup or anything. We just literally, I started working too much and then I barely saw her. She was not employed. I wasn't employed either. So like we would literally hang out, shop, and smoke hella weed. That was my go-to girl. And we're like, let's match up, let's talk shit, let's go to Amelia, let's do the things. But it got to the point where it was just like it was every day. And sometimes you just want to be alone. And then there's my part where I lack of like, hey, I kind of don't feel like doing this, just because like I didn't want to. I had like FOMO, the fear of missing out. Like I didn't want to like come up as the friend that's like, oh, you only want to hang out to smoke, even though I feel like that's all we fucking did.
Yeah.
But I also didn't make the effort and like, hey, let's go do this, let's go do that. She would make the effort and invite me everywhere, which was really sweet on her part. But then I started dating Junior, and she, thought that I was jumping into a relationship really fast, which essentially I did. I had gotten out of a 3-year relationship, and I started dating Junior, and then, I started seeing him every day for like 3 weeks. And she was just like, like, I feel like you're going too fast. She was a good friend, but then I wanted to do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Yeah, which is valid too.
So that's why I feel like I was a bad friend. But I was just doing whatever the fuck I wanted.
Mm-hmm. But I think in friendships you're allowed to do that too.
Right?
I think so. Especially like as you get older, like in life starts like getting in the way too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's okay to give your friends some space and then be that place where like whenever they need you or whenever you want to talk, you could come back and it'd be like it's nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's already moved on in the past. Yeah, eso pasó.
Yeah. But also like that demanding of like all your time and attention is a red flag.
Yeah, she would get upset and think like you're choosing a guy over me. I'm like, I'm not choosing a guy over you. I want to spend time with him. I really like him.
Why are you reframing it that way? Yeah. Yeah, that sucks.
She also thought like he was too ugly for me.
Wait, but that's a hater ass comment.
No, she was just like, "Hi, Amanda. Like, you could do better. Like, you're so pretty." And I'm like, "I don't know."
Okay, that's still hater ass comment. Because
I married him.
No, you married him. I get nervous when I talk about my ex best friend because like it's so specific, and we were best friends for such a long time, and like we were basically our only friends to each other for such a long time. Where it's like not just she would know, but everybody else would know too. Mm-hmm. Everybody else who knew me, because it's not like a lot of people knew me. But yeah, I feel you. Like those ex friendships, sometimes like even though you're like, I wish you nothing but the best, it's still like hurtful.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the more toxic friendships are in high school than adult friendships.
I agree.
Because I had a really toxic best friend in high school. Like we were best friends on and off for like the entire high school year. I had a really good best friend that we were on and off through high school, but then we just decided to break up and go our separate ways. She's still a good friend of mine till this day, but the other one, don't talk to her at all, nor do I care to. There's no animosity. There's no animosity there, but it's also like, I don't have to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. Hope you're doing well. Bye. Like, but the toxic one, I was known a lot in high school because my older sister went to Hialeah High and was a part of the dance team. So I knew basically everyone in the dance department. And we were trying out for the dance team. She got upset that I didn't introduce her to anybody because everyone's like, hey, Amanda, hey, Amanda, hey, Amanda. She's like, you didn't introduce me to anybody.
And so she got mad because she couldn't use you for her social connections?
Oh my God, yeah. As a freshman, which is wild. I didn't even connect that. I was just like, oh, like, I'm sorry, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. So that was one of the things. And then her ego just like a balloon all the way to senior year. I had so many like bad interactions with her. Like there was a moment, I think my junior year, we were not a trio, but we all became best friends because we were part of drama and part of chorus. And she was like known in high school, she was part of student government. She was part of the drama club. She was the lead in the play, like, she's, everyone knew who she was, which is whatever. There was a point where she was like, you guys are just jealous. You guys are jealous of me. And me and the other girl were like, bitch, what? And this other girl was like known in Hialeah High too. Like I was known for like drama and like being goofy and funny. And then this girl was known for singing. Like she could sing her ass off.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if you knew what I was talking
Yeah,
about.
no, I did actually. I'm following this in my head.
Okay.
I'm like names.
So like we all sat in G's office and we were like, okay, like what's going on? Like why is everyone acting so kitty catty? Like what the fuck?
Why is everyone acting weird with me?
No, seriously. And she was like, you guys are talking shit because you guys are jealous. You guys are jealous of me. And we were like, whoa, 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 whoa. And this was a girl whose 15s we danced. Like we were all very good friends. And we were like, jealous. Good thing she don't get paid for thinking. You know, like that wasn't the case at all. And we all had like, from what I can remember, we just had like a talk and we're like, dude, your head is so far up your ass. Like you need to chill the fuck out. We're talking shit because we hear you're talking shit. You know what I mean? And whatever. I don't even know how that ended. I think I blacked it out because I was like, girl, I'm so fucking annoyed with all that shit. High school was a blur. There was so much unnecessary drama for no reason.
Quite literally,
For like no reason.
I honestly feel like that's why my toxic friendship was like the biggest breakup of my life, is because it should have ended when we ended high school. Like, although I have such great memories linked to this friendship, like, you know, like that time where you're like young and you have no responsibilities and also no money and no job and nothing else to do but to eat shit and like do really dumb things. I spent those with her. But once that passed and I really saw all the bad things that she did to me, and all of a sudden I was also an adult with responsibilities and she wasn't, because she never had to be, I realized the difference between us two. You know? And she was so toxic that to me it was like, this should have ended when high school ended. And I tried. I'm now that I'm thinking back at it, when we graduated, I remember that summer I hardly talked to her.
Oh my God, same. After graduation, I'm like, this is the last time I ever have to see this bitch.
This can end and I will never have to see her face again.
Girl, and then she started dating one of the guys in Junior's group. And I was like, fucking kill me, bro.
Kill me.
And then you already know how that story ended.
I'm not gonna lie, mine was my own fault.
No, mine too.
Because like I felt lonely. Because I'm like, okay, now high school's over. And the whole summer I was like, who am I gonna hang out with? And then by the end of it, I was like, she wasn't that bad. Damn, you know, like we actually had some good memories. And I started talking to her again. And there were fun times and there were horrible times.
It was the best of times. It was the worst.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. And then we even had another breakup like for a whole year. And then we reconnected. And after we reconnected, it lasted 3 months. 3 months. It's almost like that year in adulthood reset my brain. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to put up with this. So I was like, no, fuck you. And that was the only person in this life that I truly ghosted. I really ghosted her. That's the only regret I have, is that I didn't tell her off. But she was a person who wouldn't have listened anyway.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my therapist actually recently, because ever since we started this podcast, I think about you. You know, I think about her.
Not the pointing at the camera.
Because I know she's watching. I know her. She's a hater. At the end of the day, you were always a hater. But anyway, my therapist was talking to me and kind of justified my ghosting. She was like, I think a part of you kind of knew that the only way to like cut connection from a narcissist is to starve them of any sort of interaction. That's the only way you could get rid of a narcissist, is to starve them, because no matter what you say, they will either creep deeper into your life or flip it over on you again. So if they come back, they'll be like, hey, I miss you. And remember I told you, I'm like, she will come back as the nicest person with all the compliments. Hey, I miss you. Hey, you did great on this. And if I'm like, well, fuck you, then it's flipped over and it's like, I always knew you were like that. I always knew you were a bad person. You remember when you did this, this, and that? You're a horrible human being. Or it's like, thank you so much. And then they claw their way back into your life. So, right or wrong, the only way to get rid of them is to cut any communication. So I'm like, maybe that was, at the end of the day, the only way I could get out of this, by literally ghosting her, ignoring all the messages she sends, ignoring everything, blocking her on everything. I blocked her, blocked her sister, blocked all the friends that we had. After that breakup, I was left with nobody. I felt really lonely But then I started making friends with people and growing like a community. I feel like I have like more of a community now of people who are more like kind.
Yeah.
I didn't know kinder people existed. I thought everybody was like toxic like that.
Yeah.
I thought everybody was like a weirdo and just wanted something from you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Son of a bitch.
Dumb fucking bitch. Anyway,
Yeah, they always find a way to crawl back. The
they
same thing
always
happened
find a way.
between me and my girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, she came back. Even okay, long story short, because I don't even want to give it the attention that it doesn't even deserve, because it's
Mm-hmm.
just literally been buried for years, and I just want to leave it there in that graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I would never see her again. She started dating a guy that was in my husband's group. Wasn't dating my husband yet. I was still with my ex. Broke up with my ex. Then I started getting into my husband. Her and I weren't on good terms because I guess I was talking shit.
I guess I was talking shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I was running my mouth. I'm sure for some good reason. I don't run my mouth for
of
nothing.
course you did. You always have a good reason.
I was running my mouth to somebody who I thought I trusted, then ended up telling her, and then I ended up getting a fucking textbook text message. And I'm just like, I would always take and take and take, and then I was just like, I'm not gonna let you have this one. And I ripped her fucking face off through a message. I said all of the things, and then she was like, basically, when it's on site, it's on site. And I'm like, you know where the fuck I live.
It's never on site.
Never showed up. Nothing happened. Cool. That was years. Maybe 2 years pass. I'm with my husband. We're dating. Ta 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 ta. I'm at my husband's cousin's house. We're smoking outside. She pulls up, and she's with her guy. And then they were really smart by doing this. She was inside, I was outside, and then they like moved us around. So when I was
they rotated the
I was leaving. I'm leaving the gate, and I turn around and I see her hair, and I'm like, okay. I'm walking and I see her little friend in the car, and I'm like, okay.
I thought it was on site.
Yeah, and her friend's just staring at me like, and I'm like, I'm getting in my car.
Oh, doesn't her friend follow us?
Yeah. Which is fine. Like it's not even that deep. There's no beef there anymore. That was just a really funny moment in my life where there was like beef and nothing happened. I ended up going to a club with my husband and her guy. We all went, and it was like civil. I ended up eating the rest of her Caesar salad. It was it was literally chill as fuck. And then I was like, okay. And then that was it. Like we moved on. That's how I know it wasn't that deep, because I'm like, girl, if you're really gonna fight me over some bullshit I said, then you're sorry. Can't say that.
Don't believe it.
Okay.
Or you can re-say it.
I feel bad. I apologize. I don't use that kind of language. Then you're a fucking dumb bitch. Okay? Like, whatever. Then we all went out for Eman's birthday. We all went clubbing. We were like, ding. I told her, listen, you can't get drunk. You can't sleep over. My boyfriend's sleeping over. And she's like, okay. She gets too drunk. I made her sleep in her car. Then she did some fuck shit, and I was like, you see, this is why I'm not friends with you anymore. Like, let me paint a picture for you before we finish off. Tell me if this is weird. Comment in the comments. I don't give a fuck anymore. So it's the morning. I wake her up out of her car. And I'm like,
love this.
It's the morning. She's asleep in her car. 6 a.m. I knock on the window, and I'm like, hey, your car's going to run out of gas. Like, come brush your teeth and go put in the gas. I told you couldn't sleep here because, I don't have anywhere for you to stay. She comes in, brushes her teeth. I'm getting dressed for work. Tell me how. My boyfriend is in bed in his boxers watching TV, right? She hits my pen, gets in my bed next to my half-clothed boyfriend, and is just watching TV with him hitting my pen. So I come into the room, and that's what I see. My husband, my boyfriend at the time, is literally like at the edge of the bed, like, what the fuck is going on? And she's just there like it's all good. Right or wrong?
I'll rip her from her colorful hair, drag her through the fucking room.
And I didn't say anything because I'm like, you know what? Her and I have been friends since we were 15. Maybe she's too comfortable.
No, there's lines you don't cross.
100%. But then that's where I fell on my own sword, and I should have said something. But all I did was I looked at her, and I'm like, you're going to be gone in 5 minutes because I'm about to go. And she's like, okay. but she didn't see anything wrong with it. And I never said anything to her because I never wanted it to be a big deal because, I don't know, back then she was known for making everything a fucking big deal. So that's why I was like, you know what? I just don't want you in my life anymore. And then
you just want to remove her from your life. I get that.
Yeah. So I never saw her again.
But I feel like that also goes to show
what kind of person she is.
Exactly. And I feel like in a way, sure, to her, it may have not seemed like a big deal, but really, she's a boundary stepper.
Yeah.
And she's testing to see how much she could step over your boundaries before you say something.
Yeah.
And instead, you didn't say anything, but you did remove her from your life completely.
Yeah.
So you did the thing you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Who cares? Fuck that bitch.
Anyways.
I think we've talked enough shit today.
Yeah, that's enough. A lot of people got bells ringing in their ears.
They're like, what? We know this video is going to be sent around group chats. Anyway.
Comment below if you think that was fucked up.
Comment below. Comment fucking below. And don't blame us for anything because at the end of the day, we're just two girls.